I met this lady when I was doing door to door beauty and nail art services. She was young, she was beautiful, she was ambitious, she was hardworking, she was respectful, she was humble, she had a great personality. Some of the values that I was looking for in a lady. We immediately became friends, and some after some couple of months, we became more than she became more than a client, and we started dating. On our first date, we went to a nearby restaurant, and she was more talkative than me. She brought out all sorts of small talks. She could talk about weather. She could ask me a lot of questions about my family. She could talk about her family. She could talk about her friends, her past relationships. She could talk about the people in within that restaurant. She could talk about the waiter and the waitresses. She could bring about all sorts of small talks. I felt exhausted, and I started daydreaming about my house and seclusion. I started feeling to be alone. I wanted to be alone. I started burning out, and I actually wanted alone time. I wanted to be alone. After we've departed, I went direct to my house and tried to find solitude on my bed. After resting for around 1 hour, I found almost 10 missed calls from her. I didn't call back. I didn't respond immediately because I needed that. I actually wanted that alone time. Now, we dated for a couple of months, and our relationship was moving, yes, but I started feeling lonelier. I started longing for singleness than being in that relationship, because she was that kind of a lady who wanted frequent communication. She could call in the morning, in the at around 12, at around 4, at night, and during these calls, she wanted that long communication, that long conversation, and most of this conversation was not that deep. There were shallow communications. There were shallow communications in the name of trying to know each other. She liked impromptu visits. She could visit me at my workplace without even telling me, um, without being invited. She could visit me at my home when I was off from work, especially on Sundays. She was also that kind of a lady who could invite a crowd of people, especially during her special days like birthday, and expect me to be the center of attention. Sometimes I felt that she didn't understand me, or she was not understanding me. She could not understand my personality, and of course, she was not even understanding my temperament. Therefore, I started burning out, and that's why I've said I started feeling lonelier in that relationship. I had to understand her because I actually loved her dearly. I loved her so much. Therefore, I had to understand her. Sometimes I remember I used to fake my personality simply because I wanted to level up with her energy. One thing I know about myself is that my extroversion is about 25%, between 20 to 25%, and my introversion is about 75 to 80%. Therefore, to keep this relationship alive, sometimes I had to fake it. Sometimes I had to be the opposite of my temperament. Sometimes I had to be 80% or 75% extroverted and 20 to 25% introverted. To the introverts, and I think some of you can feel this pain, can understand, can put them, you can put yourself in my shoes. You can feel how I used to feel. I believe love is not always enough. And sometimes we have to sacrifice love for the sake of our own happiness and our peace of mind. Therefore, I decided to call it a quit. I had to leave this relationship because I was not feeling comfortable being in it. My needs were not met, and I felt like she was not understanding me. I'm not suggesting that an introvert cannot be in a relationship with an extrovert. What I'm trying to what I'm trying to bring out, or what I'm trying to say, is that a perfect relationship should be that one where both of you understands each other, and both of you are trying to bring out the best in or your partner is trying to bring out the best in you, and you're also trying to bring out the best in your partner. Therefore, being an introvert, I believe that a perfect relationship should be that one where uh, my partner is trying to bring out my introversion, and understanding that I have some sort of extroversion. Therefore, all these temperaments should be brought out uh, according to their quality and their quantity. For my sake, 75% of introversion should be brought out, and 25% of extroversion should also be brought out. Therefore, in conclusion, to the extroverts, if you wish to fall in love with an introvert, introverts want somebody who can listen to them, somebody who can hold a deep and meaningful conversation, somebody who is intelligent, somebody we can meet, someone whom we can meet our minds and try to critically think, someone who understands and respects our alone time, and someone who understands our values, our personalities, and our temperament. Now, are you an introvert and single? Are you an extrovert and single? Are you an ambivert and single? Please share what you want from a relationship, or what you want from your better half. Maybe angels of your potential partner may be listening